Hey guys, welcome back again to Playwright with Java Automation Testing Session 41. In today's session, I will discuss about how to rerun failed test cases manually and automatically using page object model in Playwright with Java and TestNG. So this is the part 6 of framework development using POM. So, most of the time, test cases may fail while executing automated test script. The reason may be anything like network issue, element not found, timeout exception, system issue, or browser issue. But user need to execute the test case again. Instead of running all the test script again and again, user can execute only the failed test case again for any number of time and check for the updated result. Why it is required? Suppose say you are having 100 test cases in different classes and you run for the first time 100 test cases and 10 test cases got failed. So your objective is to rerun those 10 test cases whenever getting failed through manual or automated process instead of running all the 100 test cases again and again, because those 10 failure might not be the actual failure. There might be some reason that time there was no network coverage or outage, right? Sometime element not found, sometime timeout exception, right? Browser issue, that time might be happen. So if you rerun, sometime out of 10 might be 5 to 6 got passed and remaining 4 might be some genuine issue. So after analyzing thoroughly, after rerunning them couple of number of time, after analyzing it, the actual failure part we can like log as a defect. But the whatever is false failure because of some browser issue, network issue, internet connectivity issue, all this part we can try to re-execute for a couple of number of time. So automatically those test cases might be passing. So 100 test cases, suppose say it took 4 hour time. So if you again want to rerun all the test cases again, it will take 4 hour time. But if you only concentrate the 10 failure test case, so it might take 20 minutes time. So that is the way you can save the time to re-executing only the failure test cases and without concentrating on the past test cases. And failure also again second run after out of 10 might be 6 got passed, 5 got passed, and in the third run another 2 got passed. So remaining 3 actual is the actual failure where you can analyze it and based on the requirement deviation, right, you can log as a defect. So right, there are a couple of processes available, 3 step actually process. One is manual and in the automation also 2 step available. So we'll discuss one by one. So let's go to the framework here. So we are having 3 test cases here. Okay, so this is the first test case will be getting failed because of assertion failure, second test case will be passed and third test case will be also passed. So let's try to run this whatever project we created, Playwright Java TestNG page model framework. So if you go to the TestNG.xml file, you can try to rerun it. Sorry, run as TestNG suite. So all the 3 test cases will be running and 1 test case will be failed out of 3. So it will run all the test cases. So in case you are already working on the project, so the different projects sometime it might take some time to load all the like browsers. So that the case might happen because in case sometime, right, we are working different projects, so it might be happening. It will take maybe couple of seconds to minute time to load all the preconditions, right, again to an existing project as well. Okay, and then it will be executing it. So it is trying to follow all the steps. It might take like couple of second time. So whenever already discussing, right, whenever test case got failed, right, so there is an already TestNG features already available to run them manually as well as the automatical process. So we'll see the automated process. In the automated process, like we'll be creating a class where we'll be trying to implement that I read analyze the interface is available, and there's a methods available. We can override it, we can implement that like minimum like starting count to maximum count, how many I want to do it, and after that automatically we can do it. So in case we are just creating a class for implementing the IT analyzer, then we need to call that class in the every test cases. So that is the second step. But as a holistic level or the broader level, you might be having 5 minute test case, so it is not possible to call, right, that particular class every time. So apart from that, there is another class you can call, and you can call another relevant interface where you can just set the configuration and that particular listeners you can add it in your TestNG XML file, and that is the way, right, it will be completely the process will be completely automated. Okay, and it will help you right not to add those particular stuff in the at the rate test annotation wherever at the rate annotation is there. Okay, so three test cases getting executed one by one will be failed and two will be passed actually. So you'll be able to see the result also, because already we getting the result playwright, you'll be getting the result for testing, you'll be getting the result for external report as well, because these are the thing already implemented. So you could see like one test case got failed and two test case got passed. Now if you refresh the project, okay, you could see there is a target a test output folder got generated, right? And here there will be option available called TestNG, okay, hyphen failed dot xml. So this is the path, right? In the test output folder, okay, there will be options available called TestNG fail.xml. If you open it, you could see only one test case is available. These are the other is nothing but the precondition here, like after should, before should, tear down and setup method. But this is the actual test case coming here. So if you want to run it from here, right, only one test case will be running, which is the fail one. That is the way, right? Instead of running all the test case again and again, because in case you are running the from the testng file again, right, testng.xml file again, it will run all the test case again. But if you just after every run, you can definitely validate here how many test cases actually fail. And if you try to run it from here, it will only running the failed test case. Here definitely the failed test will not be passed because that assertion failure. But in case the network issue is there, right, we can try to run it and we can automatically pass. So instead of running all the test case, only we can focus or concentrate here only to rerun the manually though, to rerun the failure test case only. So that is also possible. Okay, so it is again fail. Okay, so only you could see only one test case got run and one got failed, and failure reason is coming as same, like expecting like invalid credential 1 in the error message, but it's coming as invalid credential. Now what we'll do, we'll try to implement the automated part. This is the manual part, right? How to execute only failed test case in TestNG without implementing a listener class. Okay, but we will try to implement the listener class here now. Test method will be failed because of many reasons, like uncertain behavior of the application, network issue, right? To overcome the false failure, user might need to re-execute the failed test method a couple of number of times. So in a test fail, the retry method get called and the retry method will result in either true or false. In case user have a test method that is annotated with retry analyzer with the at the rate test, so based on the result from the retry method, at the rate test will decide whether it should try or not. If retry result is true, then at the rate test method will try to re-execute the method. If the test result is false, then the test method will not be executed. So that is the beauty of that. So in case you are having like 100 test case, but only 10 test cases fail, so only return analyzer will only try to re-execute those failed test cases. In case test case is passed, it will not re-attempt it. That is the beauty of the return analyzer. So we'll try to implement the return analyzer. So whenever we can create a class, we can try to implement the return analyzer. Okay, so the same thing also came here, and we can define a starting variable integer count. We can give something called starting final called max retry. Here you can give 1 2 3, so it will start from 0. It will 1 means it will two time it will try 0 and 1. If you give it 2, it will try for 3 times 0 1 and 2. After that the retry thing you can override it. Okay, and then it at the rate test annotations, okay, you can just add it, right? Retry analyzer equal to retry class dot class. Okay, so we'll try to implement it. So whatever com.training utility package is there, we'll try to create a new class here. Okay, simple new class called retry. You can give something called listener as well if required. Okay, return analyzer is fine. Okay, we'll simply click on finish. Now we'll try to implement, because we want to implement the iRead analyzer interface from the TestNG. Okay, now you could see error message is coming. So first we need to import the iRead analyzer from the org.testng. Now you could see error message is coming because there is an unimplemented method. You need to implement it. So that is the beauty. Whenever you are mostly you are trying to implement a interface into the class, so you need to implement all the unimplemented method. It is coming, right? So here what I can do, I can just remove this part. Okay, then what I can do, I can just simply copy this step, right? So we'll simply try to copy this particular step. Okay, so okay, private might not be required here. Okay, here invalid modifier we can remove it. Okay, sorry, that is fine. Okay, that we can keep it. Sorry, my bad. This part we can define at the class level. Okay, this part we can define at the class level, and this part already there, so you can just remove simple thing. And we can remove one bracket, so it will be working fine. So what we have written here, we are defining some global variable, right? Count and max retry, and I can give retry called 2 here. So retry will be trying from 0 to 2. Okay, now what I am doing, if count max retry, right, in case it is a it will try to do plus plus and return true, and until it will giving the false, means like it will not retry in case your test case getting passed. Until it is getting passed, it will try to go for the max retry. That is the stuff I have tried to return here. Now what we'll do, I will try to go to the test cases here, and whatever test case already there, right, what we'll do, we'll try to use this one, this step. Okay, retry analyzer equal to class name dot class. You type it and press control space bar, automatically coming return analyzer equal to whatever class name we have created. Okay, dot class, dot class, dot class. You could see it is coming here, right? So that is the way I can try to add it for all the class. This is the second step, but this part also will automate it. Okay, we'll show you how to automate it, but this will only work whenever test case is getting failed. In case test case is getting passed, it will not retry. That is the beauty of this part. Okay, now this part is done. We have already created a retry analyzer, a class where implemented the retry analyzer. We are giving that retry from 0 to 2 means 3 times it will try for the failure only, and we have implemented this one for every method. Whatever we have created, retry analyzer equal to this particular stuff will be called. Now if you go to the TestNG.xml file, so what will happen, it will try to execute this 3 test case, but one test case will be failed, so that failed test case will try for 3 times. As the test case will be failed for similar reason, it will be 1 time it will fail and 2 time it will be skipped actually. So total count will be 5. Though 3 test cases is there, but failed test case will try to retry for 3 times, because we have given count equal to 0 and max retry equal to 2. So 0, 1 and 2, these 3 things it will try to execute, retry through automated process, no manual intervention. Okay, and whenever test case is getting passed, it will not retry. That is the beauty. Okay, let's get executed everything. Okay, you could see total number of pass equal to 2, failed equal to 1, and skip equal to. Why? Because the failure test case only tried to retry total 3 times. 1 time fail and 2 times got skipped here. You could able to see. Same test cases, right? It tried 3 times. 1 time got failed and other time retried. You could see skipped. Same reason. Same reason. Now if you refresh the project again, okay, and if you go to that extend report as well, okay, you try to open that extend report, you could able to see it here, right? Total number, here retrying, it is giving you pass though. It should not be the case. Yeah, you could see here it is coming properly, so we need to change little bit, because whenever there's a skip, it will still continue considering as a pass, because we did not implemented the actual step, might be for the skipped one in the extended report. We'll see later. Okay, now if you just go to that emailable report for that whichever coming is TestNG, Okay, you could see total retried to failed one, right? So a total pass two, and retried thing is coming, right? Same method, one is getting failed, two is retried, and retried error also it is coming here, right? Every time same error for retry and failure is coming properly. Now if you go to that testng dot fail dot xml, if you open it, you could able to see the one test case only, because the same test case got right tried. It also actually one test case failure, it tried for multiple times. Okay, so that is the second step actually. Now what we will do, we just do not want to give this part. Okay, we want to automate it as well, because in case we are having 100 test case, right, there is no point of adding it, right? You can forget something, so in case something is getting failed, it will, in case you are not able to adding it, right, it might be not able to retry. So what we'll be doing, we'll be trying to add the last step, which is also the complete automation. Okay, we will try to create a class. Okay, now again called annotation transformer. So in the same package, okay, utility package com.training.utility annotation transformer, you can create any class name, you can give it. Okay, and you can simply click on finish. Now what we'll do, we'll try to implement that I annotation transformer here. We'll try to implement. Okay, now you could see it will be coming from the TestNG only, org.testng package. Now what we can do, we can just try to add this part, override this method. If it is not coming, what we can do, right click here, there is options available called okay, in case sometime might not be coming, so what we can do, we can here there we can use something called this option is available. Okay, you could see override, source override or implement method, right? Whatever you want to override, that will be also coming here. Okay, so I want to, what I want to do, I want to use that transform method, right? So I can simply call that one. Okay, I test annotation, this one I can call it with the constructor method. So it is coming, completely is coming, right? You could see there is no need to write anything now. Okay, so it is coming transform method, I annotation, annotation, class, test class, right? Constructor, test constructor, method, test method, and then here what is coming, this part we can change it now. Okay, this part what I can change it, what is the annotations variable, its annotation, annotation. So we'll try to call that one annotation, and if we press dot set retry analyzer, dot set retry analyzer, and where you can give the reference class retry analyzer dot class. Okay, retry analyzer dot class. Okay, that is the only stuff you need to change. It's automatically completely automated. Now if you go to the TestNG XML file, now we do not have anything retry in the test case level, right? So still it will be retrying automatically based on the failure. Let's try to run it now. So total 3 test case, but total try will be for the past test case one attempt, for the failed test case 3 attempt, one will be failed and two will be skipped. Okay, actually it is failing only one time and skipping 0. Let's see what's problem here. Okay, so Okay, we need to add that listeners, right? So that is the reason, though we have added it, but it's still not retrying. So what happening? It is only failing only one time, not retrying. Okay, so what we need to do as the last step? We need to go here and we need to add listeners. Okay, so what is the listener class we have added? Listener class called annotation transformer, because that is the last thing we have did. So we'll do here and we'll come here and we'll just change it. Okay, because where we are just completely automating the process. Now if you try to run it, so you could see that thing. So this is the couple of step-by-step process to implement that retry logic through complete automation using TestNG different annotations and listeners. Now your retry will happen for the failure test case based on the count you have given. You could see already one test case got skipped, because skipped is coming as yellow color, red is fail is red color, and pass is the green color in the TestNG. So it is executing, trying to execute. Okay, you could see again total two test case passed, one failed and two skipped. Now say I want to fail one more test case. Okay, I want to fail one more test case. Here I can give something called directory 1, and now what I can do, I can give increase the count, right? I can go for total 5 reattempt. So I can give something called I equal to 0 to 4, or you can change the value of I equal to 1 to, and max retry equal to 5 as well. So 0 to 4 means 5 reattempt. So total 3 test cases there, 2 is failed, so 5 plus 5 10, and 1 test case is passed, 1 is 1, and total 11 execution will happen 11 times total for the 3 test case. Now let's try to execute it. So pass test case will only execute one time, the failed test case will be executing total 5 times. 1 time will be fail and 4 time will be skipped actually. So that is trying. In case any of the iteration it is getting passed, it will simply stop that iteration. In the real time, sometime your network connectivity gone, right? Sometime there was this kind of like a disk issue, right? Sometime browser issue, right? It will try to retry and it might get fast. So that is the way you can give some time, but definitely it will increase your execution time, but definitely it will help you, right? In case you know that there might be total out of 110 test cases got failed in the first attempt, and if you retry out of 10, might be there 60 to 70% get automatically pass. Okay, which was getting failed due to the browser issue, timeout issue, or the internet connectivity issue or network issue like that. And remaining failure, you can complete the analysis and you can just take it forward to log a defect. Okay, but the process will be completely automating it instead of any manual interface. So all the steps is there, but whatever you prefer. But I would say that like go for the complete automation part so that no manual intervention is required, because real time, right, we do not want to touch our framework execution, code execution. It should be completely automated. At that point of time, we can integrate with your any CI/CD tool, right? Jenkins, Bamboo, TeamCity, etc. So it is trying to execute total 3 test cases, but iteration will be total 11 run. Okay, 1 will be passed, 2 will be failed, and 8 will be skipped. Because we have trying to run the failure test case total 5 times. We have given integer equal to 0 and max data equal to 5, so 0 to 5. Okay, so it got executed, 1 passed, 2 failed, and 8 skipped. What are the reasons you are able to get it? Right, invalid 1 is coming. Second one, what is the coming? It is directory 1, but except coming as directory. Now if you refresh the project, okay, so you could able to see here this part, right? TestNG emailable report, you can open it with that web browser, and you could see here total retry is 8, and this is the different retry. 2 is getting failed, 1 is getting passed, and you can get to know about the error for retry and failure as well, right? Whatever coming. So expected assertion, getting assertion failure, java.lang.assertion, right, error. And similarly, if you want to go for the testng hyphen failed XML, only total 2 test case will be failed, right? Here you could see tear down, set up all this stuff. This is the 2 test case getting failed. If you run it, only 2 test case will be run. Now let's try to pass all the test case. Okay, so what will happen? In case all the test cases getting passed, retry will not work, because retry will only applicable for the failure part. So now all the three test cases getting passed, right? So it will no retry, only one try, and it will be passed, and there will be no retry attempt. So that is the beauty. In case your test case completely getting passed, it will be no retry attempt will be occurred. Okay, though we are automating the complete process. So only for the failure part, it will failure test case will try to retry it. And that is the way it will save the time. So it will not touch any past execution for the further like iteration. It will only concentrate on the failure part, and based on the count you are giving, it will try to re-execute. Okay, so in the real time you can give it the total iteration as 3, so that it can try another 2 round. So in case something is getting passed, so might be passing, there will be chances that some your overall percentage pass percentage might increase in the report, and you need to spend less time in the failure analysis. That is the way, right? It will save the time and effort as well, right? You could see all the test cases got passed. So only one attempt, three passed. Now if you refresh the project again, okay, you could see here, if you go to the extend report as well, so it will be perfectly fine here now. Okay, open with this web browser. So all the three test cases got passed here, there is no problem at all. Okay, graph is coming fine, and if you open that JSON file also, you could see total number of count is 3, all 3 got passed. And now if you go here, that playwright report also, okay, this is the HTML report you can open with these web browsers. Okay, you could see here all three test cases got passed, total times like 41 seconds it took, 3 by 3 passed. Now if you open the emailable HTML report, you would able to see there is no failure reason at all the thing got passed. Now if you just try to check that TestNG failed.xml file, okay, and you could see okay, it is okay, it is actually all the test case got passed, but it is keeping that last memory, because in case everything got passed, it will take that last history, last execution history. That's all. Okay, so that is the way you can try that retry part using TestNG. So what will be there, right? I can try it without any return laser, and there will be like in the test output folder, TestNG fail.xml file will be generated for the failure test case, and if you execute it, only fail test case will be executed without affecting the past one. And after that, you can try to create a new class and try to implement that iReturnalyzer, where you can give that minimum and maximum count. And after that, this particular stuff is written, like you can go to the test cases and add the test analyzer, and you can add something called returnalyzer equal to class name dot class, so that those particular method will be trying to retry it based on the retry count given. And in case you do not want to add individual level, if you want to completely do the you want to do the complete automation part, so you can create another class, right, where you can implement that um, uh, I annotation transformer, and you can use that set return analyzer method and the class wherever you retry method you have already created. And then you need to add this particular last class into the listener tag, right, whatever testing.xml file is there. And then after that, you can run from the testing XML file, so the process will be completely automated, and it will only try to re-execute the failed test cases. It will not touch any kind of past execution. So in case there is no failure, it will not retry anything, but in case the failure is there, like it will try to retry based on the retry count given, right, the condition. Okay, so that's all for today's session, guys. Thank you.